The Dunning-Kruger effect is holding you back from achieving your wildest goals. Let me show you why. Hey there, I'm Kieran, and I'm a Harvard Leadership Facilitator and speaker that has run over 1,200 workshops delivered to 80,000 people worldwide. The Dunning-Kruger effect is when a lack of knowledge in an area that you're trying to get good at leads you to overestimate your ability. In other words, you have an overconfidence bias. In 1999, there was an experiment. David Dunning and Justin Kruger ran this experiment at Cornell University, and they got a bunch of participants and gave them 3 different tests. And they were logical reasoning, grammar, and humor. The results, to be frank, were hilarious. The bottom 25% of performers, well, they thought that they'd be in the top quartile, whereas the top 25% of performers thought they'd perform a lot worse. These people didn't have enough knowledge in that area to really know what great looks like. In other words, there was a gap between how good they thought they were and how good they actually were. Here are 2 strategies that you can use to make sure you don't fall into overconfidence bias. Strategy 1, get feedback from those closest to you. Write down on paper what you believe you're good at and why, and then get some feedback. Feedback from people you admire and that you trust and that will tell you the truth. And ask them 2 simple questions. What do you think I'm good at? And what do you think I'm not so good at? Now, if there's a gap between those answers, then you probably need to do some interrogation into understanding if that's your strength, if that's a thing to improve. Strategy 2, track your inputs. In whatever field you're trying to improve on, make sure you track the inputs, the lead indicators. Here's some examples. In golf, it could be the number of swings that you do, or for public speaking, it could be simply the number of presentations that you've given, or maybe even sales, the number of calls and meetings that you've done. This obviously doesn't speak to the quality of those inputs, but at least you're tracking reps. And if you haven't done enough, then you probably want to shelve thinking that you're great at it. Charles Darwin once said that ignorance begets confidence more so than knowledge. Now that you know the Dunning-Kruger effect, you can get closer to true and actual knowledge, not fake knowledge. And with that, you can actually achieve your goals on the road to mastery in a field that you want to get good at and actually do so. Good luck.